Welcome back. Hey, thanks for coming back to Math Quest. So you want to learn how to graph systems of inequalities, do you? Hey, well, you came to the right place. Hopefully you know how to graph systems of equations, because this is the same way we're going to graph them. This is what makes these inequalities, obviously inequality symbols, and we're not going to pay attention to them until we're done graphing them. So if you don't know how to graph systems of equations, well, this is the same process, so just pay attention and let's get started here. So right here, this last number, this is my starting point. It's a positive 5. So I find my 5 and I put a dot there. Then I look at my growth. In this case, it's a negative number, which means it's going to be a negative line. It's going to be going down at a pace of 1 and 1. So 1, 1, 1, 1. Now, once you're done graphing this, and usually if you know how to graph, all you need is about 2 or 3 points. I'm just making extra points just for demonstration purposes only. So I'm going to pay attention to the symbol here. Notice it has that equal sign underneath. So this is a less than symbol, but this is the equal sign. That means I'm going to have a solid line going through these points. That's very important. So let's create a solid line here. Right here. It's a bit crooked. Come on. Well, it's a bit crooked. Can I still move it? No, it won't let me move it. All right, we'll just leave it like that for demonstration purposes anyway. And let's go ahead and create our next one here, which is the -1 is my starting point. So go find -1 right there. Put a dot on it. Right there. And notice I'm moving at a pace of 2 up and 3 over. This is a positive graph. So up 2, 1, 2, 3, over. Up 2, 1, 2, 3. You can even reverse the process, going down 2 and over the opposite direction 3 times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And there we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just verifying that I did that right. All right. So let's go ahead and pick a line here. And hold up, before I almost messed this up. Let's go back to look at our symbol. Our symbol is a greater than symbol. It doesn't matter if it's a greater than or less than symbol. What I'm looking for is if it has an equal sign or not, like this one. That one had an equal sign. That's why this was a solid line. This one doesn't have one. So this is going to be a dashed line. So we'll dash it here. Okay. I don't know why they go crooked here, but this is a dashed line. That's how you would graph it. And it's a terrible crooked line. I know. Hopefully yours looks better on paper, and it should. Now, I'm done graphing my lines, and I graphed them correctly. That's very important. Before I continue, let me tell you that if you have a solid line, that means that your solutions are on this line and beyond. When it's a dashed line, it means your solutions are not on the dashed line itself. They're either above or below the dashed line. We're about to find out where they are. So what I like to pick is the origin here. Unless your line goes through the origin, then pick any other number. But since it doesn't, either of the lines don't go through the origin, I'm going to pick the origin and supplement them here for my x and y. So that's going to create here a 0. Here's my symbol. And here's this x is going to be a 0, leaving a 5 behind. Okay, so what I have here is 0 is less than or equal to 5. Now you ask yourself, is that statement true? It is. Because that statement is true and the point that I picked was right here, that makes everything else on the same side as that point, my origin, true. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade everything on this side, right? Everything on this side makes the statement true. Everything. Any one of those points makes it true. Let's go ahead and pick the origin for this one as well. So we're going to put in 0 for this. When I put in 0 for this, for the x, it makes this 0, leaving the -1 behind. See how easy it is to solve when you put in 0? That's why I picked the origin. Now let's read the statement. 0 is greater than -1. Is the statement true? Yes, 0 is greater than -1. Therefore, that means my solutions are on this side of the line. Now for this line, they're on this side of the line, right here. All of this stuff right here. So I say, okay, well, you shaded all that stuff. where is my answer? What are my answers? Well, my answers are only where you have this hash. I was going to say hash browns. I must be hungry. This hash part where the two lines intersect, the crossing of the shading intersect. All my solutions live there for this system, and they're only, not over here, not over here, and definitely not here. My solutions are not there for the system. They are here for the system. Those are my solutions. So I pick any one of those values. It makes my system of inequalities true. And that's all there is to it. So pay attention to your symbol, whether it has an equal sign or not. If it has an equal sign, it's a solid line. If it does not have an equal sign, it's a dashed line. And then plug in the origin. Again, if your lines go through the origin, just pick any other point and make sure if your point is above or below. All right. So I hope that made sense to you. Feel free to watch it as many times as you like. And if you got value out of this, come on, you know me. Hit the like and subscribe button. And I'll see you next time on Math Quest. Goodbye.